everyone, and welcome to another tournament stream. It's been nearly a month minus a day since I last streamed anything, and it was a tournament then too. But tonight we've got some beautiful matches for you from the Blitz Premier League. We're going to start with Ra1d versus BPS, and after that we have Dinos versus Aqva. So that's going to be epic. Mainly, as I believe it is a best of 7, let's actually go to this place. This is the matchups that are happening tonight. Like I said, I'm streaming Ra1d versus BPS, followed by Dinos versus Aqua. On the official server for this, there's an announcement of who streams everything else, but we have Welcome Self is streaming, Fujit is streaming, Epic Good Name is Taken is streaming, and Fishy is streaming tonight. So if you are looking for the other games, those are the people to be looking at. So let's take that away, and we are starting off with Ra1d versus BPS. These are the lineups that we are starting with. Not necessarily exactly these players, but like these are the rosters of the clans that we are starting with. So we have Blasted, Stick, Messi, Django, OG, JP, Naro, Blue, Yannitastic, and Timon. And we have Foxy, RG, Cora, Not Steven, Bolt, another Timo. We have a Tamon and a Timo. Okay. Chilaxo, Noob Eater, and Shocky. So that's going to be what we are starting with. We are in the in the room, and Ollie is happy to see me. I'm happy to see Ollie too. That is not working. This is the one I'm looking for. Sorry, got the wrong screen there. It's like that's not quite looking right, but there we go. Basically, like I said, it's a best of 7. We are the first match is happening on Desert Sands. Then we have Canal, Naval Frontier, and Yukon. Small switching in between and everything, and yeah. So we're just going to have fun with it. We will not be moved into teams until pretty much the last second, so we will not be seeing the lineups far before people are ready, which is actually a good thing. That's also why there's only a 3 minutes delay on the stream. That is still to avoid stream sniping in the actual matches, of course. But by the time the 3 minutes are pretty much the match is generally over, or if you have advanced so much already at the beginning of the match, it doesn't matter anymore. So yeah. Basically now we're waiting for the matches to start, and as said, we're just going to have fun with this. Closing the countdown thingy. My laptop is always having a bit of an issue when I stream. It's like I need to be kind to it, you know? Yeah, I'm the only one in the queue now. But both teams are there. The matches start in 2 minutes. Pretty much between the matches there will be 3 minutes, like Kugan said, 3 minutes max between battles. When teams are ready, 10 seconds to start. So if everyone is ready up, Kugan basically counts down and then starts the battle. But it's actually good that there's not too much delay needed. This would actually be like a lovely setup for the training rooms as well. If we're like a spectator, we will not be able to see yet what teams are picking at the same time, because of the fact that we're automatically attached to a team and seeing everything. Not sure if we could actually do that, but still. Anyhow, this tournament is looking to be very kick-ass and going to be epic. I might be only streaming these matches for the whole tournament, but I'm still struggling a lot with my health, and I thought basically that I'm happy to sit it out. I'm also happy to help if they need an extra streamer. And today they were streamer short, so here I am. The music is quite fixed, but 3 minutes delay. Yeah, this is something. I mean, the last time I streamed, it was with Fujit, and I had Discord on, and then I have to adjust all the volumes for basically for the game and everything, because otherwise people will be able to won't be able to hear him. So yeah, the music has been fixed, but again 3 minutes delay. Thanks for that sub, Yusuf. Do really appreciate that. Are there people in the middle? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, fixed, but exactly not for force. At least it will be fixed in time for the matches, so I'm very happy to get that feedback. This is the thing, when you haven't streamed that long, it doesn't really work well. Got a tag. Oh, Ollie. Ollie is such a nice guy. He's such a monster as well. Like in the game, he's so OP. The things that he does in the game, I can't even dream of doing. But to be fair, that's the case with most of these players here. I mean, I play for fun, and I say that with a smile because that's literally the case for me. But at the same time, it can be very frustrating because I know I used to be better at this game than I am now. But yeah. Anyhow, basically the music just was too loud over me babbling about pretty much anything and everything. But yeah, you still got to see the graphics, you still got to see the lineups and all. So you know basically what I would have been saying. Just making sure that OBS is showing exactly what it needs to and nothing more. I'm always afraid to leave, like, to have people, to have things stuck on the screen, like maps and lineups and stuff. Yeah, the music's being too loud has... that's basically useless to say now, because you will hear it in 3 minutes. Oh, well. Okay, everyone is ready. And we see Ra1d taking 5 E5s and 2 T22 mediums versus 3 MX50Bs, an E5, 2 VK90s, and a Vickers. With the speed boost, that can be very, very dangerous overall. Let's have a look. Need to get my camera commands out as well. Loading in. Oh, we've already started, but okay. We have BPS focusing on the city side, whereas all of Ra1d is going into the desert. Not Steven has been spotted, as has some of the E5, so pretty much they know from each other where they are. Ra1d will have a slight point advantage because they started capping earlier. And position-wise, I feel that Ra1d has the better positions. It's easier to take the city than it is to hold the city. Especially with, basically, lions like this. Chilaxo holding in the AMX50B. RG holding as well. Timo moving along the back end there. Shots being fired, but no damage being done just yet. Naro repositioning, probably expecting someone to come. Ra1d a little bit spread out. Timon being spotted there. So that's the reason that they know that there's someone in the corner. But they don't know who's there yet. At the same time, with the view range and them not seeing anyone, they're taking blind shots at where they think Timo is. Which is a good call, to be fair. Thing is, if Timo shoots, then they know where he is. Oh my god! Jan, thank you! Pufferfish just became a member. He's a little bug. To be fair, I love the names of my memberships. That was a big cross shot. All the way by not Steven. Basically not much is happening now. A tiny bit of HP has been lost now. But overall, everyone is content to wait. And not much is happening. RG now losing a little bit of HP as well. Thing is, it will be up to BPS to actually make a move. And Ra1d is content just to hold. They've got the command of basically base A there. They can go every which way very fast, depending on where the rest of the team needs them. And this will be very tricky for BPS to take. And the timer is just slowly going down and down. I like how you can't see the line if you're like this. It's just like not there, but there it is. Timo relocating. all of Ra1d is pretty much close together, except for Messi, who's looking a bit at the back. But at the same time, he's in a position where he can very easily relocate, which is exactly what he's doing now. Timo is still there. BPS is waiting. We're nearing 700 points. My camera is dipping. I honestly hate the new camera controls. They make no sense and they're hard to control. But okay. Let's see. 750 points now. BPS has to make a move. They can't afford to wait much longer. OG is moving. I'm going to see who's there. Sick and Django have been spotted. Noob Eater going in the middle. Foxy following. OG taking shots, but not that many. And basically, oof, big hits into Sick there. But they have to take out players. They really have to act fast if they want this to work. The AMXs are now arriving. Sick is out. But that's not enough. Noob Eater is not looking too healthy either. There goes, oof, OG. If Noob Eater survives. No, there goes Noob Eater. It is still very close and the AMXs are reloading and they are juicy tanks. Naro, not Steven, is out. This is a clever thing by Timo. Naro is gone. 970 points for... Oof. This is a close one. My game is derping. We have flying tanks and everything. 990, 1k points. BPS has the first game, but what a close call that was. Together with some epic digging action somewhere in the game, because reasons. But that is the first game up and over, and for some reason I'm still in the game. And the timer is still going. Because why not? There we go. First game is for BPS. But I really thought that Ra1d would have this, to be honest. Because they were just like, hold down and digging in so well. It's nice that you're synchronizing my score, but it would be nice if I could actually like get back into the game. Come on then. The game seems to be having some issues. Let's see. There we go. Overall, yeah, like I said, I thought Ra1d would have this because of the way they were digging down and everything. It went haywire for sure, but didn't crash. Apparently I wasn't the only one where things went haywire with. But yeah, BPS had this. Not sure what they're saying in the chat about this. Yeah. Okay, this happened to all of us. That is just ridiculous. Wow, that is special, not gonna lie. But yeah, Ra1d now completely ready. And we see the same lineup happening again. 5v5s with 2 T22s. Unless JP and Messi now take something else. But not sure. No, more E5s. 6 E5s in the Vickers. And on the other side, we see 2 E100s, a Vickers, a Kranwagen, 2 TVPs, and potentially an IS4. That can be very dangerous to take, though. Oof. It can work, but it's dangerous. And the E5s, they're pretty solid. They're pretty meta for a reason. Okay, here we go. 10 seconds until we have this second game on Desert Sands. Let's go. To be fair, I do hope these matches are very long. I only have two replays ready. But we'll see. There we go. Messi waiting. All of Ra1d heading into the desert. And now BPS doing pretty much the same thing. That could be very, very dangerous. They are getting spotted. But the rest of their guns are nowhere near. Foxy hightailing it out of there as well as the TVPs. All of Ra1d in the desert. BPS is going a bit around this time. And with base A nearly capped, Ra1d is going for shots over the train tracks. The Kranwagen being there is actually, I think, distracted them a little bit from the TVPs crossing over. They were not spotted as they did so. The E100s in the middle. Have to be careful. Not Steven losing a little bit of HP here. Base C and B being capped. But base B is easily decapped. Not sure what Timo is doing. But he survives and he's on a reload now. This is basically dangerous because they're steadily losing HP. And even if it's bits and pieces, those bits and pieces will eventually lead to a very big disadvantage. Cora losing more HP here. Having lost quite a bit now. Bolt losing a bit as well. TVPs crossing into the desert. One of them at least. The thing is that they don't seem to be moving coherently, BPS here. They're a bit all over the place and not doing anything. RG moving in. And this is the danger because now Ra1d is reacting with the speed boost towards the weaker side. Which makes sense because that is logical. And it takes the rest of BPS way too long to actually get there. Timo losing more HP. Foxy and Noob Eater can't really get their shots in there. Not Steven is holding, but they're content to let him hold and shoot the guys at the real. Narrow has been deleted. Not Steven losing more HP here. Foxy as well. But this is the danger. When you're moving in fragments. Not Steven. There he goes. They are stealing base A though. But again, there's like little bits and pieces of BPS everywhere, and that is very dangerous because Cora, especially since he's pushing into them rather than pulling away from them, he has to be very careful. Messi at the back is actually getting shots into Cora as well. JP losing HP. Cora goes down. Base B is being capped. But BPS is losing guns and they have to hold. And they have to be careful. Foxy surviving. Maybe, hopefully for him. Base A being stolen back now. Bold. Low on HP. The low HP targets from Ra1d are not being taken out, and that's a dangerous thing as well. Base B is taken. Base A has been stolen back. Messi losing HP. Django. Oof, JP gets taken out. Messi gets taken out. RG is not going to survive this, and the game glitched a little bit again. Oof, now Foxy is in danger. The fact that they're now so close together is actually probably going to not work out for them. Oof, OG gets taken out. But there's people at the train tracks and they are one shots. They need to not be there. There goes Timo. And that's a very healthy stick over there. Foxy has to move. But he is still taken out. Noob Eater. BPS pretty much had this and they lost it. In this case, I feel that the fact that they were just so split apart, they lost quite a bit of HP early on in the game, doing absolutely nothing. And with them being as fragmented as they are, Ra1d moved as a pack. They played as a pack. And that worked out for them. So now the score is 1-1 and we are moving on to Canal. I got an item. Yeah, thank you for that. Oh, that. Yeah, no, thank you. Oh, the avatar, I don't like it. I don't like the angry corner either, to be fair. So it doesn't. Yeah, it makes sense that I don't like it. So let's see. Nothing sat in the chat just yet. But I think that BPS is, yeah, chillax for Bolt. But it's definitely, like, the game is not really acting as it should. And I'm looking forward to Canal. Canal is one of my favorite maps, to be honest. It's also one of the larger maps. Wargaming says that they're all like the same size, but definitely doesn't feel that way when you have a map like Normandy and map like Canal. So let's see. Never mind. Not sure what that means. If they want Bolt back for Chillaxel or not. Ra1d now completely ready with less C5s this time. We only see 3 of them. 2 TVPs, an IS-4 and a Kranwagen. Christian just went, where are my keys? God, I still have nightmares from that, to be fair. And we see BPS with 2 AMX-50Bs, 2 T22 mediums, a Vigus and 2 E5s. And let's see. Kuga probably going to start the countdown soon. She didn't even say it this time though. Let's see. I think TVPs can be highly competitive, but it kind of depends on the positions in the map. I mean, that kind of goes for all tanks, but there are some all-rounders that will function well on all maps. So we have Naro heading into the base. The MX-50B is holding behind the hill. The TVPs getting spotted. JP immediately getting some damage. Chillaxo moving in aggressively. JP taking a little bit more of a hit there. Crossfire happening. Django losing a whole lot of HP there. And those AMXs have pretty much... They're now on a drum reload. But that is beautiful. Just crossing over and getting those shots in. It's not an easy thing to do though. At the same time, Ra1d is again moving as a pack. With Naro being the only exception. And that's the dangerous thing. Because Ra1d as a pack, if they focus fire... It can be very, very dangerous. And BPS will need to hold and hold carefully. We have Bolt moving quite aggressively towards Naro. And that could be very expensive for him. RG taking a shot there. Bolt getting focused very hard. Not Steven losing a lot of HP. Again, this is basically Ra1d as a pack. And that's the dangerous thing. Not Steven is not looking too healthy. Naro taking a hit there. Django is still alive. Chillaxo has to be very careful here. Naro now taking more hits. Not being careful enough. Taking another hit there. Chillaxo now getting basically set upon. And this is again, there are quite a few low HP targets here. Chillaxo can't really move back. He can't really move forwards. It's the same for Bolt and it's the same for Naro. For not Steven, sorry. But it's also the same for Naro on the other side. But BPS lost quite a bit of HP here. And basically, Chilaxos being there is probably what's keeping Ollie safe here. Shots are being fired. Ra1d has a tiny point advantage though. So at some point BPS will have to make a move. Archie losing some HE there. But not much. And we have JP heading up and over. Possibly going towards base A to cap that and put the pressure on. And basically Ra1d is holding Chilaxo, taking a hit that he didn't need to take there. JP potentially getting some crossfire shots here. And they know that JP is there now. Oh! Bolt gets taken out there. That was a very clever move from Ra1d. Base B now being taken, not Steven. Not having a lot of HP left. And JP at the back there might be able to take him out quite easily as soon as he reloads. But we have Chilaxo crossing over, trying to get away, taking another hit, and being taken out by Messi. They did take base B, but at the same time, oof, they're going to lose JP there. But RG is being taken out as well. And that is 4 guns that BPS has lost. Base D is being stolen. JP has been taken out, but it's only the first gun that Ra1d has lost. In this case... Oh! That was an ammo rack. Oh, poor guy. That's... I mean, this was pretty clear to be going in Ra1d's favor, but at the same time, that is just really unfair. Noob Eater, not going to make it. And now we only have Foxy all the way over there. I'm actually not skipping to him, and that has everything to do with the fact that they've just like... There's issues with that. My Windows doesn't like me pressing F keys. Foxy now moving. But yeah, Ra1d has this game. And they can't, basically, BPS can't do anything about that. Again, 2 fractured by BPS. And he gets brutally murdered. So that's the second game for Ra1d. So it's now 2-1. It is the best of 7. Anything can still happen. But basically, that action by JP going all the way to towards base A, not even to cap it, which I think they would, which I thought they would do to put the pressure on. But he got shots into Ollie from there, like in bolt carry, I should say. And that was just, it was a very smart move. And that basically forced Chilaxo to have to move, and that cost Chilaxo his in-game life and everything. So yeah, this is just very clever gameplay by Ra1d. So with 2-1, we're going to go on the second match. Cora for Chillax. they do keep switching people around. And there we go, Cora is in. Ra1d now completely ready with only 2 E5s, a TVP, an IS-7, 2 Kranwagens and a Batchat. And they're going to go up against 2 AMX 50Bs, potentially 2 Kranwagens, 1 T22 and 2 TVPs. So let's see. Yeah, she's not saying it anymore, but we are going into the game again. So let's see what they're going to do. We see Ra1d again moving more as a wolf pack. This time towards base A, and BPS again fracturing. This could work out beautifully though if they manage to decamp base B from here. Which they do. But not both of the Kranwagens. And now they are going to reload their clips. Both teams will have 2 bases. And again, Ra1d will have a split second advantage when it comes to that. BPS holding. Aqua climbing, or maybe not. RG has been spotted going there though. So I know that someone's relatively close by. They just don't know where, but it's JP in the bush. The thing is, what I'm noticing BPS doing a few battles now is they will get their starting positions and they will dig down. The thing is, they are at a disadvantage. So digging down would be with the expectation that Ra1d is actually going to rush them. Ooh, JP taking hits there. And there's a lot of guns over there. You can't take base B without a lot of effort. And a lot of HP lost, because all the guns are trained on that side. Just look at the way that Ra1d is positioned. They're basically overlooking base B with the Kranwagens. Anyone going there will be spotted. Then we have Ra1d that can get shots in from there. We have Messi that can get shots into anyone coming from either side. We have crossfire possibilities over here. And not to mention that Ra1d can also target anyone going there. Django at the back is basically able to rotate around to either side, whichever way is needed. RG has been spotted in the Kranwagen. But this is just a very clever way to dig down and dominate the bases that you have, because they have the advantage. Ra1d doesn't really need to do anything. They need to be careful not to die, but they don't need to do anything. Whereas BPS will have to take action at some point. RG is still being spotted. The rest of BPS basically waiting to make a move. Thing is, if they cross over from there, you have to go across the bridge. And that's going to cost them a lot of HP. So let's see. Aqva plays in half an hour thereabouts against Dinos. But first we are going to focus on this match. We are at 800 points now. And that means that basically BPS has to do something. And Ra1d is prepared. Django has rotated around. We have Sig and JP pretty much in positions to more or less support that side. We have Cora, who could be a decoy here. Thing is, they're nearly at 900 points. So this, Cora, being the sacrificial lamb here. RG is moving in. Now the rest of BPS is moving in, but they've lost a lot of HP. And don't know if it will be enough. They would have to focus fire a lot and take out those guns very, very fast. There goes Timon. There goes RG. There goes OG. It is very, very close. Ollie has to survive if they want this to work. And he gets taken out. But BPS still takes it. That was... To be fair, that was brilliant. I really didn't think this would work. That's the third time this evening that I've been wrong in how I thought a match would go. And I love being surprised, to be honest. Also, just want to point out the background that Bolt Carrier and Noob Eater have. Brilliant. I love that one. It's hella expensive, but it's lovely. But this I love games like this, honestly. By all means, keep surprising me like this, because it just... I thought that they wouldn't manage it because of the way that they were first waiting and waiting and waiting. They had the light armor tanks all on one side. But the fact that they actually used Core as a sacrificial lamb, but they let him be a sacrificial lamb up to a point he could pull back and stay safe. Brilliant. Really brilliant. So let's see. We are moving on to Naval Frontier now. And we have Ra1d ready in 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers and 4 E5s potentially. No, one of them is an IS4. BPS rotating stuff around. But yeah, 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers, 3 E5s and 1 IS4. Versus 4 E5s, a Kranwagen, a T22, and... let's see. Is not Steven going to stick with the AMX 50B? No, we see 2 AMX 50Bs now. And again, they can do wonders, but it can be very dangerous as well to take them. Let's see. So we have... RG is not readied up yet, but I think we have 3 E5s, 2 AMX 50Bs, a Kranwagen and a T22 medium. Naval Frontier can be a tricky map because there's a lot of crossfire points. But let's see. There we go. Let's see. I'm loving these games though. This is why I like streaming tournaments. When you get like epic games like that, where nothing is working as intended, well, not going as you would predict. Let's put it that way. Love it. Ooh. There we go. Messi taking a forwards vantage point. Vintage? No, not vintage. RG moving in. Taking hits as he does so. Being very aggressive here. BPS going for base B. Base A, sorry. Base B being left alone so far. JP. Blind shots happening in the bush there, but there's no one there. And in this case, it's actually BPS that has a slight point advantage. Crossfire happening. JP losing more HP there. Oof, that's a big hit. Yeah, they know where those AMXs are. So they have to be careful. RG content to hold. And base B so far is being left alone. The thing is now, with RG being as he is, he will spot anyone going over. Foxy also in a spotting position. Django being spotted crossing over. Chilaxo, not Steven, actually basically expecting a push from the other side. Timo has been spotted, RG is still spotted. Ra1d is sort of rotating around, but they're rotating in 2 packs rather than the usual 1 pack. RG now repositioning himself. This could be very dangerous. And he's like, yeah, let's not be here. Kranwagen arriving at the back. Getting a nice hit into Sick. We have Ra1d pushing on both sides now. Let's see. Pushing as a pack. But BPS is basically dug down quite nicely. At the same time, those AMXs are always juicy. So that's always a danger. And I think that they're hoping that BPS will make the mistake of overextending to one side. We have Timon arriving at the back, going for base B. And they can't really allow him to take it, and that's the tricky thing here. But they can't really decap him either. Timo has moved down. Base B has been capped. And this is sort of like forcing BPS's hand. Kranwagen's arriving. RG taking quite a bit of hits there. Cora losing a lot of HP. Overextending Chilexol. Now we have the Kranwagens being focused on by the AMXs. My camera is derping. But they are now on a clip reload, and that is dangerous. Cora has been taken out. Chilaxo gets tracked here. Chilaxo gets taken out. Steven missing a shot here is vital. Potence RG has been taken out. And Ra1d is already at 1k points with the base that they took. And this is... So far the games that BPS has lost has been because they are too fragmented. They're not sticking together. They're not in a position where they can actively help each other if something actually happens. Like RG was in a good position. He had the E5s and the AMXs behind him. But then the E5s were forced to react. The AMXs were forced to react. And it was, again, very clever gameplay by Ra1d. So it is a best of 7, which means that the next match can be potential match point for Ra1d. Let's see. Ra1d now ready with 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers, 3 E5s and an IS4. So pretty much the same lineup as last. And BPS still deciding what to take in a potentially vital... Well, actually it is a vital match, regardless. But they have to win 2 in a row to take it home. And Ra1d has to win 1 more to take it home. BPS now getting ready in 4 E5s, 2 Kranwagens and a T22 medium. So no AMXs anymore. They're going for pretty much more the hold down monsters. And here we go. That moment when you accidentally click a program that you didn't want to open. But here we go. Actually load in on time this time. That's a nice change. Ra1d splitting up just a little bit, but staying on the same side of the map. And basically BPS sticking to that side of the map as well, except for Bolt Carrier, who is probably going to see if anyone is there. Crossfire, basically Messi gets shot as he was spotted. Spotting. I can't brain today, honestly. No one going for a base yet, but there goes Timon. Going for that cap. Not sure if he's going to get decapped by the Kranwagens. JP does take a hit though. Now we see some crossfire happening, but base C has been capped, and that gives Ra1d an advantage here. And basically, BPS being a bit passive here. Ra1d now rotating around. They've got what they came for. They've got the base. All they need to do now is just wait. Sig in a not so much spotting position. Well, not so much shooting position, but more a spotting position. And there to look over Timon. Base A now being kept. JP immediately going to take a look. But he doesn't do it. Now he does. Doing a little bit of damage there, but it is enough. And they kind of have to keep trying. That shot missed. Oh no, it actually didn't miss. Still got reset. BPS now responding. Going after JP. And the guys with him. But that can be very dangerous. Again, it is a fragmented push. Bolt and Foxy are there. Oof! Big hits into Timon there. Getting hit from everywhere. Messi now also taking hits. The Kranwagens creating a crossfire. Timon taking more hits there. And they need to focus fire. They need to take out the low HP targets here. Cora taking quite a bit of a hit there. And again, both E5s are still alive. Fully loaded Naro arriving at the scene. There goes OG. Ollie is not long for this world either. Messi arriving at the back. JP is taken out first though. Messi taking massive hits here. Wanting to go after Ollie, and he does get him. Timon and Messi and Ball Carrier all being taken out at pretty much the same time. Potence, RG, I keep calling him Potence, but it is RG, is taken out. Chilaxor. Sig is taken out. This is actually, it's BPS's game. But it was relatively close. Django. Shooting. Not Steven. But BPS has an advantage here. But they do need to keep their teammates safe. They're moving to push. Foxy and Not Steven have plenty of HP left. Chilaxor taking a hit there. I suppose they can afford it with the amount of players that they've got left. God, my camera is derpy. There we go. And there goes Django. And it is 3-3. We get a tiebreaker. Whoop whoop. And this was, like, Ra1d has pulled some really clever moves, but this was a very clever move by Ra1d, by BPS. And I didn't think it would actually work out. But that crossfire from the Kranwagens at the back, in this case, the way that they are splintered, worked out for BPS, oddly enough. But I think it's also that Ra1d was trying to protect from many sides at once, and in this case that meant that they didn't really protect against any side that effectively. But it was still relatively close. So let's see. Tiebreaker on Yukon. Whoop whoop. Yukon is such an interesting map. It has 4 bases, which makes it interesting on its own. It's like there's such crossfire possibilities here as well. Noob for Bolt. Dun 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 dun. Let's see, Ra1d is not completely ready yet. Or at least they're completely not ready. Let's see, now they're starting to get there. BPS steadily readying up as well. And we see... Well, basically half the teams haven't finished readying up yet, so calling lineups right now would be useless. But there we go. Ra1d now ready in 2 AMX 50Bs, 2 T22 mediums, and 3 E5s. Versus 3 E5s, 2 Kranwagens, and 2 T22 mediums, assuming that they keep the tanks that they've got selected right now. I think they kind of want their AMXs back, because that's what BPS has been relying on, but that hasn't really always worked out for them. Yeah, no, they're sticking with the Kranwagens. And there we go. Ready for the tiebreaker. Let's see. Here we go. I did say I only had like 2 replays ready, but I'm wondering if I will even be able to play one of them. Because in 15 minutes the next match starts. So let's see, and we're loading in late again. The AMX is from Ra1d holding at the back. Base C is being captured. Base B is being completely ignored. BPS moving quite aggressively but towards multiple sides. Crossfire into Messi here. He can't really go either which way without getting shot. Naro taking a bit of damage here. We have the Kranwagens pushing. The thing is, there are 3 teams to BPS right now. And that can be very dangerous. The AMXs are now moving. They have not been spotted, but they're going after the Kranwagens. And this can be very dangerous. If these shots all pan, they're going after not Steven. Not Steven pulling back further actually got him killed here. The rest of BPS now responding, but half of BPS is still too far away. This is the danger of fragmenting your team. BPS is being bled all around here. Timon. Chilaxor not looking too healthy here. Surviving for another reload, but it's not going to be for long. Timon has been taken out. Cora has been taken out. Chilaxor is taken out. Naro and Django go. Noob Eater, not long for this world either. JP being set up on next. In this case, there's no focus fire. It took too long for the tanks to get there. And the full HP target, full HP tanks were at the back as the front ones were being eaten alive. Very cleverly played and very strongly reacted by Ra1d. But in this case, I feel that this was less Ra1d's, this game specifically I should say, it was less that Ra1d won it and more that BPS lost it. Because they were so far apart and Ra1d with those 2 AMXs at the back was just ready. And that worked out beautifully for them. Brilliant moves. Pretty much in all the games. Massive kudos to Ra1d for taking this home. It was an epic matchup. And commiserations to BPS. You were close, but I think in this case the fact that you keep splintering yourself into little teams against a wolf pack like Ra1d, because they generally tend to stick together, that it didn't work. But yeah, again, congratulations to Ra1d for taking this matchup home. Beautiful games all around. I wonder if I can just stay in this room if it's going to be reset. Some nice GGs here. Oof. But I love that we had a tiebreaker though. I mean, that's pretty rare, not gonna lie. I think I'm just going to wait here, see if the room is being dismissed or if it's just going to be reset, because I don't know. But we'll see. Not sure if I can actually play a replay, to be honest, when I'm in a training room. Yeah, next game is done. Let's have a look. I'm actually curious about this game. Does it work? Yeah, it does. Okay, replays are a possibility when you're in the training room. So let's have a look. But those were epic matches, really. I love that. Let's see. It's actually in I keep looking for like supremacy bases because I always play supremacy only, so I actually get like caught off guard by encounter. Not to be very aggressive here, but it can work out beautifully if they generally pushed on the left side of the map. Let's see. Oh, hello. Let's see where he's going to go. His teammate is, one of them is almost gone already. Nice big hit into Peter there. This is one of the things though, in this case I think it would have helped a lot to have adrenaline. FT has been taken out. The Moistion here is on his own. So far this is like the ultimate game. I love it when you get your shots in, but the enemy is actually not focused on you. There we go. Big into Vickers there. Oof. And they're nicely moving as a pack here. Kill T22 as if like it's not like a, like they're not trying to or something. He's going after Sheridan. 3 versus 3. He has to be careful not to get hit on the side by the IS-4 too much there. But the IS-4 is not paying attention to him at all. Oof, nice little bounce. There we go. 3 versus 2. 2 versus 2. But so far I love the teamwork between these two. They're just moving together. And there we have the TVP. And now they're just going to move us back towards him. Oh, not quite, because the IS-4 is heading there. The Exorcist is losing quite a bit of HP here. You have to be careful with the corpses. But TVP is the preferred target, and that makes sense. Nice. And now it's... Wow, that's generally not a smart thing to do, to be fair, because it's very easy to get stuck. Vic is being quite nice here. In this case, the Exorcist is not shooting on purpose and bouncing now, but I think that's because he may have 4 kills, but at the same time they will probably be on voice, so they will be talking. And in this case he's giving not to be the damage, because that is 7k, baby. Lovely little game. Very smooth game, to be honest. Love it. And great teamwork. I'm always game for that. 2 donuts on their team. 2 others that did less than 1k damage in tier 10. Well, 9 and 10, but yeah. Oof. But lovely game. No, I don't want that. So we have 5 minutes left before the next game begins. I'm just going to wait for it. And let's in the meantime go over the lineup. Wait, did I put that on the wrong screen? Yeah, I did, because I'm pro. These are the lineups for the teams that we're going to see next. We have Dinos with Max Verstappen 33, Venosol, Pencil Case, Lightning McQueen, Heffalum 2003, Mac Ghosty and Mac Bass, Plugy Fuji, Flytix and Criminal. Versus Ra1d, Marek, Glacky, Edgar, no party without me. General Magical F. He keeps changing his name. And it keeps getting funnier. Yori12, Playmaker. And Ra1d. Yeah, I have a feeling that I know that reference. I'm not going to... Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing. And over here we have the total schematic of tonight. The matches that we're going to have. We have Dinos versus Aqua. But you also have Phil versus Ra1d, Reckham versus BPS, A-Stop versus Serenity, and Appa versus Kana. The maps are Yukon, Oasis Palm, Dinsispro, and Castilla. Let's hope we do not get a tiebreaker this time, because Castilla is not the best map. So yeah, let's go back to the actual screen as it should be. Teams are arriving. And we still have a few minutes left before the games actually begin. Let's have a look. Unif Punjaj. I think there have been some names. Oh, why you do this to me? We have an F Punjaj. Then we have a Unif Punjaj. Oh my god. At least I know how to say Punjaj, because with Twisted 2019, we really focused on, Alexandra made sure that we pronounced Uf Punjaj right. But we have Af Punjaj and Uni Punjaj. So let's just, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. 4 minutes left until the games supposedly begin. Aqva is still already completely there. Dinos still needing a few players. And I'm having some lemonade. Let's see. So there goes like the roster. I'm actually going to ready up as well so that I can't forget. Oh, but it's good that I can't see anyone. Yuri middle and Playmaker play. So we have Ra1d, General, Playmaker, Ra1d Ace, Edgar, F Punjaj, and Unif Punjaj. This is going to be a difficult match to commentate on when I can't take the name seriously. But hey, it's better than what E7 did. Let's see. In the meantime, I was actually waiting for a package tonight, and it was going to be delivered between 6 and 9:30. It's now nearly 9. And I was actually kind of worried about that, because last thing I want is like the doorbell ringing while I'm streaming. But it turns out it fit through the letterbox. So I just pushed it in. And I'll retrieve it after the stream is over. And it's actually like something totally not interesting for you guys. It's like these magnetic clips, and I can use them to keep the parts of my embroidery that I'm not currently working on together, so that I don't have to keep rolling it up again and again. Let's see. Teams are not ready yet. They technically have 1 minute to be, and then we see what's going to happen. In the meantime, I'm shifting position. Ready for the games. Let's have a look. So for now, the results, we have 4-3 for Ra1d versus BPS, 4-0 Aqva versus Phil, 3-4 Serenity versus Reckham, so that's basically 4-3 for Reckham. Dinos versus Kana was 4-1 for Dinos. Oh wow. Nothing against Dinos, by the way, they're epic, but it's Kana. And then you have Appa versus H-Hop, which was 4-3. So pretty much most of the games were pretty close. That's lovely. Dino is currently leading, followed by Ra1d, Serenity, and Appa. So that's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's only day 2. We're not there yet, but oof. So we have Dinos now ready in 2 Kranwagens, potentially 4 TVPs for Yukon, and an E5. That is, wow. Not a lineup you'd expect, but it can be highly effective. I mean, all autoloaders together can be very effective. It can also really work against you. It's kind of like you need a bit of RNG and a little bit of luck. Because it makes it all the more important that all your shots count. Aqva not yet. Oh, in the meantime, Toby just came into the chat to flex his little ladybird. Ah, lovely. Aqva almost ready, taking an E5. Let's see, we see 2 mice, an E100, a Batchat, and another E5. So 2 E5s, a Kranwagen, an E100, 2 mice, and a Batchat. So let's see, here we go, first match. Still those names, seriously. F-Punjaj, Unif-Punjaj. And let's go up and above. We have Aqua heading towards a bit of every side. Not strictly speaking going for B, looks like. Maybe Edgar and Red are. But if Dina starts to gap, that will give them an early point advantage. We have F-Punjaj spotting some of the TVPs. Pencil K is going to cap. F-Punjaj having been spotted. I think they kind of expect him to not be alone there, but he really is, and he's going to get absolutely wrecked here. Poor F-Punjaj. Hurting a lot there and being taken out almost instantly. And that's 1 tank gone. But at the same time, they did manage to cap 2 bases. But Aqua is a gun down, and that can be dangerous. Like, no, actually, Dinos has 2 bases, and they got a gun advantage here. Venusaur taking very little damage for this. And Aqua will have to think of a response here. We see Max and Half a Lump pushing Ra1d and Playmaker. But they're not alone. Max Verstappen is being taken out quite brutally here. And he is taken out. But there's 4 guns in front of them right now. And they will need help. Aqua is coming, but 2 mice move very, very slowly. Oof! That is a very, very big hit into Pencil Case. Venusaur. Ra1d chasing down Pencil. Now looking at the other side, taking out Venusaur. Pencil Case going to go after Ra1d. Potentially taking him out, if not for the fact that General is going to take him out. Ra1d still alive, if barely, using General for cover. Half a Lump. Caught between a rock and a hard place there. Mouse in front. E100, well, E100 and E5 in front. Mouse at the back. And he can't actually shoot Ra1d. And now that he's fired, Ra1d gets a shot in and gets to kill him. And in the meantime, lots of people have been taken out there. The TVP is proving now to not have enough armor to take it home. Pluggy Fuji is taken out. So is Playmaker. But then Red takes it home. And the first game is for Aqva. That was a beautiful game, actually. Just like, but that HE shot on pencil, that basically made all the difference. Because that's the weakness of the TVP. If you can get all the shots in, it is absolutely beautiful. But at the same time, it is very dangerous to take that many TVPs because they're so achievable. And then you have guns like the E100 aiming at you, and you lose most of your HP in one shot. So now we have both teams getting ready. Not quite there yet. And we're just waiting for people to ready up at this stage, to be honest. Every now and again I check OBS to just make sure that everything is healthy, that there's nothing stuck on the stream. Aqva now ready in a T22. Well, actually, they keep on readying again. This is like, I want to read the lineups, but yeah. Dinos going for 2 Kranwagens, again 4 TVPs and an E5. And that can be very dangerous. Because we saw how that went last game. No Batchat anymore though. And on the other side we see 2 T22s, a Kranwagen, 2 E100s this time, and only 1 mouse. And an E5. And with that many TVPs, it's kind of like they expect, oof, we have another Kranwagen. So 3 TVPs, 3 Kranwagens, and E5. That's an interesting matchup. I still think, lineup I should say, I still think it's dangerous to take that many TVPs because they got so little armor. And they need to make every shot count for it to work well. So let's see. Dinos splitting up. Pencil heading towards base B. The Mets heading towards, well, the TVPs heading towards base D. Where they're probably going to meet all of Aqua. Maybe. General takes a hit, bounces his own shot. F. Benjaj holding at the back. Uf Benjaj taking a hit there. So far the TVPs are pretty much unscathed. And they're hightailing it out of here. Ghosty at least is. C is being set up on a little bit. Playmaker getting crossfired. Vandersor driving off, taking hit as he does so. And another one. But they managed to get out of there. Oof! That was a very big hit. Venusaur being taken out by Ra1d there. That's the thing. That's the HE. That's what I meant. Exactly what I meant. Base Dina being taken, giving Aqva more pressure. Edgar holding base C. Taking some damage now, going into a more side-scrapey position. Base A being taken, but Ghosty is actually leaving it. Maybe he's hoping to catch the mouse unawares. Which he might do, but they know that they're there. Aqua going after Max Verstappen here. Not sure where that shot went. Pretty sure that wasn't intended. F. Benjaj going to get Kranwagen soon if he doesn't make it out alive. If he doesn't, oof. He has to be careful. Uf Benjaj moving in so that F. Benjaj can leave. Big hit into Max there. They're still focus firing here. Ghosty has been taken out. And they're shooting people halfway across the map here. Oof, Unif Benjaj is not going to last for long, but neither is Max. But Unif and Plugy go first. And Max is still alive. They need to be careful. General gets taken out. So does Max. Red Tube arriving. Half a lump. Almost gone. But still alive. Ra1d actually pulling back so that Red Tube can get that shot in. Unif Benjaj has reloaded. But he is taken out. Was that an ammo rack? Or just HE? Not sure. double tap maybe? I don't know. Half a lump gets taken out. There goes pencil case. And this game is for Aqva as well. It would be nice if you could actually see it, by the way. Overall, pretty powerful game by Aqva here. Again, the TVPs are lovely tanks, but they're really underperforming. Sorry, especially against guns like the E100. And there we go, let's ready up. Also, there's nothing wrong. Well, there's a lot wrong with me, but in this case, it sounds really stupid, but I have a shortage of magnesium. And for some reason, that causes my tongue to itch. And then I start to cough, and my eye starts to weep. But it's like literally only one side of my face. It's really weird and really annoying. That's generally what happens, because I've been talking too much, and then the itching starts on my my tongue. That's also why I just generally use cough drops while I stream. But yeah, lovely game so far, again. But Dinos, I mean, they're now dropping the TVPs, but I think now we're also moving to different maps. It makes sense, that lineup change. But the TVPs versus the E100s, I mean, you're not playing randoms. It's not versus random people. It's against Aqva. And even though the team isn't that old yet, everyone in that clan has been playing Clan Wars for years and years, generally. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So for Oasis bombs, we see Dinos taking a 2 and 5B, 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers, an Ice 4, a Grill, and an E5. Oh, Grill. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the TD often, to be honest. And on the other side, we see 2 Kranwagens, 2 E5s, an Ice 4, and 2 15B again, and a Batchat. So let's see. These camera controls are just like, ugh. Have to say, this camo though is my favorite camo in the whole game. Love it. We have Dinos pushing a bit aggressively in the middle. Ghosty going into the spawning position. He can't exactly fire from there, because then he will get spotted. But he does spot a lot of people going over. Ra1d holding behind base B. Base C being taken. The E5 is heading towards base A, but not exactly going in it just yet. But with base B being taken, that means that Dinos will have a point advantage and a base advantage. Which makes it all the more important for Aqva to get a base as well. They're not actually going for that, they're just going straight on in. Not overextending, but they are getting shots into Max Verstappen here. Base B is now taken, base A is being taken. Aqva playing quite aggressively, but they've literally pushed them back here. Ra1d losing a little bit of HP. Ploogie Woogie. Base B has been kept though. But now Ploogie Woogie is in danger. Ra1d losing a lot of HP here. In a very bad position. The Grill has almost reloaded. Oof, he gets that shot in. And Ra1d has 30 HP left, to be exact. And he's not going to survive this. There he goes. And he's the first gun gone. Edgar losing a little bit of HP here. Half a lump. Being the preferred target here. But so is Max Verstappen. They're basically focus firing 2 targets at once here. Not sure if that's the best thing to do. Ooh, that bounced though. Ra1d has taken out. Max and Heffalump are gone as well. And now we have Criminal in a very bad position versus 2 Kranwagens and E5. Ploogie Woogie has been taken out. Unif and Josh is almost gone and has been set on fire. He's not going to survive this unless... Oh, no, he does. Oh my god, that bounced though. There goes Unif Benjosh. Criminal still alive. And basically they're trying to get Bass stuck. It is 4 versus 3, almost 2. But they kind of still have to be careful. The grill is still behind there. He can still get shots in. Edgar waiting until he's unspotted. Vic is now taking base B, having no choice but to do so. But he is being absolutely obliterated. And now we only have a Venusaur that is left alive. And we're already at 1k at that. So definitely Aqua's game. This is like the danger of taking ETD. I mean, again, Dinos, very experienced clan as well. But TDs don't get taken off. He did do max damage, but this is what I mean when you can have a TD that does the damage, but it's not necessarily effective. And in this case, he got the shots in, he did the damage. But because he wasn't there with the team was missing an HP pool. And in this case, that kind of cost him the game as well. 3-0 for Aqva so far. That means that they're up for a match point. If they win the next game, then they have the matchup. So let's see. We see Dinos now ready in a Kranwagen, 3 Ice 4s, 3 E5s. Aqva not yet having decided what to take. But yeah, they're quite a bit ahead. Dinos has a very tough job if they want to take this back. And Aqva is... well, it's Aqua. We went over this with the winter season. You have like all the Clan Wars teams, and then you have Aqua, and then you have EG. And EG isn't taking part in this tournament. But the thing is that Aqua is such a strong team. They play brilliantly, and you have Zerd, who is a very intuitive caller. I remember that a few seasons ago, I was talking to him, and he was talking about that they weren't actually following tactics much. They were just going like with what felt right and just going with it. And I think, yes, you need every Clan Wars player will fully agree with that. You need the beginning tactics, but tactics pretty much only last until you actually see the first enemy, because after that anything can change. Oof, 1 minute left. Not sure what's happening with Aqua. Who's going in? But we see 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers, and E3. That's a tricky tank as well. No party going to be moved in. Let's see. We see 2 Kranwagens, 2 E5s, a Grill, an E3, and a Vickers. That is an interesting lineup. I mean, I was literally just talking about TDs. I mean, it's nice to see them, but it is kind of dangerous as well. At the same time, they're 3-0 ahead. They can take a little risk. So let's see. And there's some of them have the avatar. I really want that avatar. Let's see. Aqua heading a bit towards the desert now. Dino sticking all the way to the city side, meaning that F-Benjaj can cap safely. He's actually going across the dune here, spotting pretty much everyone without getting spotted himself. But now Aqua knows very well where everyone is. Max taking shots as he crosses over. Plugi Vuji taking a lot of damage as well. Dino's going for an aggressive push, but Aqua is mostly together. We have the E3 that is going to be arriving there soon as well. Plugi Fuji losing a lot of HP and almost gone already. Heffalump losing a lot of HP as well. The next preferred target, General, is taken out. So many close tanks next to each other. Heffalump is taken out. Basically, this is one giant F-Fest. No party without me is almost gone, but still there. Criminal is taken out first. So far, Aqua has only lost 2 guns versus Dinos 3. And there goes Ghosty. We have Bass. Edgar is taken out. And basically the grill is still there. And basically letting himself get crushed, because the thing is, he's got plenty of HP left. And it is 4 versus 3. One of them has 7 HP left. And can basically just be rammed to death. Venusaur and Max Verstappen, the last one left alive. I've been charged taking a hit there. They're now currently just shooting everyone. Red Tube. Bouncing that shot, that is vital. And there goes Max. And now we only have Venusaur left. Zerd is just staying alive. And it is Red Tube that takes him out. And that is a 4-0 score for Aqva. Whereas the last matchup lasted like 45 minutes and was completely epic. This was lovely, but it wasn't close. All the same though, well played to both teams. Aqva, just a whole new level. Really need that Clover avatar, to be fair. It looks so gorgeous. But yeah, huge commiserations to Dinos for not winning this match. Big kudos to Aqva for taking it home so smoothly, really. Let's see, most of the teams are already gone there. GG's happening on both sides. But that's it. Thank you, Kuga, for managing the room. And basically, those are the matches for tonight. This matchup was over pretty quickly, not gonna lie. But oof. Aqva, though, gorgeous to watch. And Ra1d versus BPS, to be fair, any championship with matches like that makes me a fan, because it was close and it was intense, and they're just so smart moves, both sides. So yeah, well played to all the teams tonight. That is it for me tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys all later. Bye bye.